like seeing two women running a show about a woman. It's fantastic, and especially since this is the first time Marvel's doing something that is centered completely on a woman. Do you feel any responsibility because of that? It's kind of a...
I'm really excited. I think we were very honored to be asked by both ABC and Marvel. I think that they liked our background in both kind of genre and drama, and so I'm very excited. It was something you sort of couldn't turn down.
What timeline is the series going to start off with?
1946.
1946.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So after the war.
Throughout the first season, it's just going to be throughout.
It's 8 episodes. We'll tell an 8-episode arc. We kind of approached it as 8 parts of a movie. So,
You see it as having like an edgier role or a lighter tone to it?
I would say it's fun. I think the template that the one shot gave, which I loved, is a really good template that we really responded to when we saw it, because it sort of blends genres. There's a little bit of noir, there's a little bit of science fiction, and there's a wink. There's humor in it. So I like kind of blending all of those together.
Obviously, sorry. Go for it.
So as storytellers, it's an 8-episode limited series. Do you find storytellers shorter, which is the trend now, right?
we just did Resurrection. It was the same
Resurrection
thing.
for series was 8.
And I asked the same question of Aaron.
Oh.
So do you find that the storytellers, these shorter, very focused seasons are helpful to you as storytellers?
Absolutely.
I love them.
The fact is, for especially anything serialized, it allows you to tell a very tight, concise story where every episode is moving you forward. And I have to say,
really spend the time to craft all the episodes. I think on larger orders work with a really specific type of show, like a procedural. We were on Law & Order SVU for 5 years. That you can do 22, 24 episodes because you can have different writers working on different scripts at the same time. Whereas a serialized show, it gets harder because you have to finish this script before you move on to the next script. So just time becomes an issue.
and everything affects, if you make one change, it affects multiple episodes. So you're constantly going back and forth between episodes, which makes it very difficult.
A big part of the fun of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is seeing characters pop up that have ties to the Marvel Universe in different places. Now, with Agent Carter, there's a specific timeline and kind of sort of limits the characters that could pop up, but is that still planned to be a part of the show with different characters that comics fans might recognize?
We'd love to. I think everything's on the table.
Is it just expanding on that? Is it possible that we could see some of the inklings of Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. in the early years during this show as one potential crossover with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or parallel?
Well, we're definitely talking to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and talking about different ways that we can have little Easter eggs and kind of have the shows talk to each other even though they're taking place over decades.
Right. And we also don't want to be telling the same stories, too.
Yeah.
So we want to be careful about that.
So obviously in Winter Soldier, we found out a little bit about her husband. Are we going to expand on that? Because they obviously don't tell us exactly who he is. We know he's one of the people Steve saved, but that's it.
I think that will be something that we're aware that that's a question that people are going to ask, and we will certainly hint at different options.
How much are you enjoying the period piece aspect of it? Since it is such a specific area, a very cool area.
I'm so
It lends itself to great design.
No, I
never thought that you'd do it on a network show.
I think that it's something that you don't see. I'm real excited to be involved, and I think it was one of the things that actually drew us to the project.
And yet, when you look at the one shot, you don't feel like you're watching an old movie because it still feels modern. So what the period does for you is it gives you a really great style. And it also, you know what I love about the period? No cell phones.
Yes.
I love no cell phones.
No computer, no
Not
Google.
tell you how being on a cop show for 5 years, it's like, but everybody's got a cell phone. It's like, that is dramatically great.
Right, yeah. Interesting, yeah. Excellent.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate it.